So today in my main video, I showed you guys a massive Forbidden West exploit that allows you to duplicate almost anything in your inventory for free, obtain some secret coils, and farm virtually unlimited shards. But the fun continues with a few more exploits that will let you get a unique weapon and farm infinite shards another way. Plus, literally within hours of the major exploit video going live this morning, one of my viewers discovered a super easy method to infinite jump on PS4. So if you've been having trouble with that while trying to do the major exploit, you're definitely going to want to check this out. As with the duplication exploit, I expect these glitches will be patched pretty quickly, so if you want to take advantage of them, you should do so soon. Let's start with a tutorial on the new easiest way for PS4 players to infinite jump, and then I'll show you a super easy infinite shard farm, and how to get what might be the rarest, but also the weakest weapon in the game. So the new easy way to infinite jump on PS4 was discovered by Emerald Bookwise, so I'm calling this the Bookwise method. This method is way easier, because you can simply hold the weapon wheel open with L1 and spam your jump button. However, to do this, you need to remap your jump button to something other than X. It appears that X being the craft button with the weapon wheel open interferes with jumping, which is why the standard PS4 method is so tricky. Unfortunately, we can't remap the button for weapon wheel crafting, but we can remap jump. To do this, head into the controls tab of the settings menu and open button layout and customization. Now hit square to make a copy of the default control layout and square again to edit it. I'm going to switch my jump button from X to circle, but other buttons should work too. This creates conflicts with dodge and wall jump, so we'll remap those to X. There's still a conflict with swim ascend, but that's no problem. Now, you still need to make sure the weapon wheel slowdown setting is set to either slowest or slower, but I would go for slower with this method because it's so easy and you can go a little faster than slowest. With this all set up, you can simply run into walls, hold L1, and spam circle to infinite jump super easily. Honestly, this may be easier for some players than the PS5 method because it's so simple. Interestingly, some invisible walls, such as this outer arena one, can actually be climbed even faster with this new method. Not sure why that is, but regardless, all of you PS4 players should now have a much easier time using the infinite jump exploits. Okay, so this infinite jumping is useful for more than just getting out of the arena. There's some other shenanigans you can get up to with it. Another thing people have figured out is that you can get the weakest weapon in the game, the Hunter Training Bow,
back for some
which is something that you only have while you're in melee pit challenges. So you can see here we have the Hunter Training Bow, which does 1 damage and 25 tear. And while you're in a melee challenge, there is an invisible wall here around the pit, and you can infinite jump your way out of here. And once you're out, you can, just like getting the unique coils from the arena, you can sell the Hunter Training Bow to a merchant, which will then show up in their buyback area. You can see I've done it here a few times with the next glitch that I'm going to show you with the Whisper Hunting Bow. And then the easiest thing to do is just wait out the clock here. You just have to make sure you do a challenge that has a timer, and then it will fail eventually. Or if you don't want to wait and you're a little bit impatient, a lot of people have been doing this at the bulwark because you can run up here above the pit and then jump back in. And why would you want to get the weakest bow in the game? Well, it's just kind of a novel item to have because you can't get it anywhere else. But it is actually also useful for somebody like myself for testing like damage thresholds and things like that, because you can do 1 damage at a time. So it's kind of just a unique item you can have.
It's all about practice.
So you can end the challenge by talking to the pitmaster here, or you can just wait out the clock on that. And then
let's come back.
We can head over to the merchant.
I'm ready to
go to the buyback area and see the Hunter Training Bow is there. Now I can't buy it right now because I actually already have it. And it is in my stash. I'll show you that real quick. Let's see, where is it here? There we go. Hunter Training Bow. So you can only have 1 copy of those two. Okay, so this last exploit I'm here at Barren Light for, but we can also do it in Scalding Spear, which I'll show you in a minute. And this is another way to farm shards very easily. And this was actually brought to my attention by the Great Para over on my Discord server back at the beginning of July. I don't know if somebody else discovered it independently before that, but that's the earliest that I knew of it. So to be able to do this, you have to have completed the Shadow in the West side quest, because during that quest, there's a bow that you can loot from a chest called the Whisper Hunter Bow. which is now available for purchase here in Barren Light and also in Scalding Spear, which we'll go to in a minute. Now, they made this available to purchase because at the beginning when the game originally launched, there was a glitch where some players were not able to loot this bow from the chest like they were supposed to be able to. So as kind of a hot fix, they made it just available to buy after you completed the quest. So if I buy it here, you can see it costs 149 shards, and we'll just put it in my inventory. But if I go to sell it now, you can see it's actually worth 250 shards. So it's worth 101 more shards than it is to buy it. So if I sell it, I can net the 101 shards and then go back and buy it again for 149 and keep selling it at 250. And you can get really fast at this. And when I did this just to test out how fast it could be, I was able to max out at about 1400 shards per minute. So I think you could probably max out at like 1500 per minute if you got really good at it. But if you wanted to do that, then you would either want to clear out your inventory so that it was like the only weapon that showed up when you went back to sell, or you'd want to go to Scalding Spear, because in Scalding Spear, it's actually the first weapon on the list at the merchant. So I'll show you that here really quick, because that's a little bit nicer of a way to do this. So here we are in Scalding Spear. And I'm going to head up to the merchant. And you can see it's the very first item that she has for sale. So we can buy that here, go to sell, and again, you might want to clear out your inventory if you're going to do this so that it's just like the first thing that gets selected when you go to the sell menu. But every time you do this, you net 101 shards, and that's another way that you can kind of exploit shard farming very easily. Okay guys, between this video and my main one showing the major exploits, those are all the exploits I currently know of in Forbidden West patch 1.18, and as you saw, they're pretty crazy. So if you want to utilize these, I recommend you do so very soon. These glitches will be easy to fix, and I can't imagine it will be very long before Gorilla patches them. If you can't take advantage of them right away, then you could disconnect your console from the internet to avoid getting an automatic patch and give yourself a little more time to use them. I hope you guys have fun with these exploits if you decide to use them, and if you find them useful, then I'd appreciate you leaving a like on this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.